Now, I was talking about anything you create, any transaction data you created, or any master data you created. These both would be going and sitting into different set of SAP tables. So the data sits into the SAP tables. Not only the single table, for we will be just saying it that, okay, it is only a single purchase order. But for the single purchase order, the data go into the EKPO, EKKO. That are the tables name. That are the tables name. For SAP SD, it goes into VBAP, VBAK, and multiple more tables would be there. For master data, it would be going in MARA table, MARC table, MARD table. So these all are the tables where basically the data would be stored when you do the transaction. Okay. Sometime as a consultant, it is very important for us that we understand how the data is stored, which data is stored in which table. Okay. Which data is stored in which table. That's why to understand that whether you have worked as a consultant or not, there might be asked that what are the table for the sales order? What are the tables for the material master? Which data stored in which tables? That questions can be asked in the interviews. So make sure before going into the interviews, you also have a quick brush up or browse over your module table so that you would be able to answer it. Okay. So here you would be having these tables. So these tables we would be able to access sometime as a SAP consultant. What we will be doing, not for each and everything we have a reports available. Sometime we need to jump into the tables and to analyze the tables and find some data into the tables to answer some question queries coming from the business or to understand the system also. Okay, so we would be using this as SAP consultant. We will be using these tables from transaction SC16 or SC16N to check the data inside the tables. What are the data has been stored inside backend of the database in the table. Okay, so SC16 or SC16N, we can put the table name and then it will show us all the entries which is available in that particular transaction. Many times, SAP consultant for ad hoc basis, when they need to check the data, rather than going to the reports, they prefer to go into the SAP tables because SAP tables give them all of the fields. In reports, all of the fields would not be available. Okay, so for specific analysis, if we don't have report or for specific going through it, many times consultant would be going through these tables. Second thing for what these tables would be used by the consultants is to writing of functional specifications. When you are having some particular requirement of a functional specification, you write it for the custom code. When you ask your ABAPer to write a custom code to fulfill the business requirement, you need to write a functional specification. And in the functional specification, you would require to get some data. You want to get some report build. In report, some field should show some data. So in the field logic, we say that, okay, take material from MARA table, pass it to MARC table, check all the entries which is at the material plus plant level, get all the entries and take the MRP type for it. Just giving an example. So that kind of logic for the reports, that if you want in your report, if you want a MRP type and the material you have, that you will say that take the material, pass it into the MARC table. From the MARC table, get for the particular plant, get the MRP type and show into the custom table. So to write those logics, you would require to know these tables. Okay, you are required to know these tables. These tables would be available at the end. We have some specific in most of the modules at the end, we have some specific session where we cover in your particular modules what tables has been covered, so that you know what are the backend tables are there. Today, I would be showing you, if you want to proceed ahead and if you want to check which data is stored in which table, how you would be able to get it done. Okay, so what I'm doing here, let's go ahead and we'll see. So with that, you know that how the tables has been used by the functional consultant, right?